So it's 5:45 in the morning, and if you don't know, I am not a morning person. I don't like waking up in the morning, but this morning I'm doing it all in the name of photography. I'm going to attempt to take a nice landscape shot of the sunrise over the valley over here. If it turns out bad, then too bad. The cloud cover's not too bad, and it looks like a bit of a cloud inversion at the bottom of the valley, so it could turn out quite good. Let's give it a try. It's quite noisy. There's a tuk-tuk going up the hill there. So I've set my camera up, the remote shutter. I'm going to try a blue hour shot. You can't really see it that well, but the sun hasn't really risen yet, so I've got a few minutes. I've got it set to 1.6 seconds at f/25 to get all the focus, and I'm forcing ISO 200 so that I get a long exposure. That's the plan, at least. There we go. Okay, the blue hour shot didn't turn out particularly fantastic. There's a lot of digital noise, but it's not too bad. The sunrise didn't turn out exactly the way I expected. I was kind of hoping the sun would shine in between the lower clouds in the valley and the higher clouds up at the top, but that didn't really happen. But I got some decent shots anyway. I got a good HDR shot while I was waiting, and did a 5-shot panorama, which looks quite good. But yeah, not too bad. We're walking to the We're walking to the 9 Arch Bridge, but it's pissing with rain and it's very muddy, but it'll be fun. We're at the 9 Arch Lodge. It's a bit noisy. We're in the lookout spot. Well, this is what we came to see, the 9 Arch Bridge. The weather's not great, so we're not going to walk to the actual bridge, which would have been nice. I'm going to try and set up, let's take a shot at about 9:10, 9:15, and there'll be a train going over the bridge. So yeah, let's take a look. So, like a complete amateur, I forgot my remote shutter and even my remote control. So, for me to push the shutter release without moving the camera, I had to set the self-timer. Problem is, the self-timer is 10 seconds, and I don't know how fast this train's gonna go, so I am hoping to catch it halfway through. I end up catching it too early. I release again, I end up getting the middle of the train, and then I released again, and I got the back end of the train. So not exactly what I wanted, but the long exposure with the train across the whole screen actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like the train's really long and moving really fast. So I'm not too unhappy, but yeah, next time I really need to plan when I bring my gear. Well, we got a good photo of the bridge. Unfortunately, I missed the train. Yeah, now we're off. Are we going to the waterfalls? Okay, so we're going to the Ramada Falls. Okay, we're going to the Ramada Waterfalls now, and then we've got a long drive ahead of us down to the beach. Okay. The trip to the Rohana Waterfalls was not that eventful. I got a long exposure shot to make the water look misty, and that's what I came away with. It's raining quite badly now. We've just had word from from one of his colleagues that the roads ahead are flooded, so we have to take a different route. But then we heard from someone else that route is also flooded, so we're gonna have to try some other route. But hopefully we'll get to the beach sometime today without swimming or taking a boat, maybe. Oh well,
Yeah.
we'll see. Oh, we finally made it to our hotel. We had to do a maybe 50-mile round trip, detour, just to avoid all the floods, but we made it. And this is it. It's quite a nice room. It's dark already, so I don't even know where we are. If we're close to the beach or not. I think I can hear the sea, so I think we're quite close. It's probably too dark to see, but I'll try and. There you go. There's a pool. That's good. And I think it's right there. I think just behind those trees, which I'm sure you can't see. We're at the hotel. It's a bit of a storm blowing in, but not too bad. It rains every now and then. It's still pretty warm, very humid, but. Take a look at where we are. Yeah, at the sea. I'm going to go for a little swim, and then, although the water looks pretty brown from all the rain coming down and coming in from the rivers, but yeah, let's go. Well, we're at the airport. We're about to leave in about 4 hours, I think. Sri Lanka's been amazing. I would definitely want to come again. Now we just have a 14-hour transit back to the UK. Oh well, let's get going. Cheers! Right, we're back from our holidays, and there's a few observations I've made for what I would do better if I did it next time, or no, we might actually go back next time. When we originally booked, we found it through a website, a UK-based website, which is quite good for holidays, called Holiday Pirates. we found a UK company. They gave us details about the tour, and then and some flights. The flights weren't great, so we basically booked our own flights, and they just provided us with the tour. I asked them for more information about the tour, but they couldn't give us more information than what we had in the website, which was strange because it seemed like they didn't know exactly what we were going to do, and we didn't really know. So we arrive in Colombo. There's no one there to pick us up at the airport, and we look a little lost. So one of the airport security guards, I think, helped us and phoned the local number that was written on our email confirmation. He couldn't get through. It was the wrong number or something. But luckily, the man who was supposed to pick us up was there. He just popped to the loo, I think. So there was a mild panic, but it was fine in the end. We didn't really know why we had the wrong number, but we found our man, so it was good. From there, it was great. We basically had the one guy, Ajith, Rohana. I've got his details. I'll put his details in the bottom. And hello, Oliver. Come on. So the man, so he picked us up, and it was great. So so it turns out the company that we booked through was different to the company that provided the tour. So the company that provided the tour was called Exotic Holidays International in Sri Lanka, and they were great, but we never really spoke to them. The driver was saying that he's a freelance driver, so he was driving for them. So it was kind of like a company within a company calling another company to provide a service, and that's fine, but we didn't really know. And when we did ask the original UK company what's happening, they just said, yeah, this is the holiday and here's the details, and there weren't that many details. So what I would do differently if I was to do it all again would be I would either contact the Sri Lankan company directly and book my own flights. To be honest, you can book your own flights through so many flight websites, so that's not really an issue. Oliver. So I do that, contact the local company and get them to provide me an itinerary. Or, I mean, if I was to do this again, now that I know Ajith and what he could do, I would contact him directly. I'll put details in the bottom, and you can make your own decisions. But yeah, I'd contact him directly. He can name all of the hotels that would be of interest to me, and based on my budget, I'll provide a list of all the hotels and all the places that we went to in the description. So if you want to do the same tour as us, you could. But you might want to change things up, go to a different beach, hotel, or whatever. I've got an itinerary. I will put it in the description at the bottom if you're interested. But all in all, yeah, I might cut out the middleman if I was to do this all again, and I guess that's the lesson here. Do a little more research maybe, but otherwise it was great. But yeah, any more information, send me a message. I can provide you with enough advice as I can muster. But yeah, if you like my videos and want to see more, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. I'm hoping to do an actual walk next weekend, so I'll get that uploaded. But otherwise,